Hey, how's it going? As always, you guys subscribe, drop a thumbs up, and let us know which team you are rooting for. We are very curious to find out. And meanwhile, let's get started. I think that a coach cannot be blamed for the loss of Barca's DNA. The club is unable to sign the best in the world and is far behind City and Liverpool. ESPN quoted former Barca coach Ronald Koeman. "This is unfair. We should have won this game," Thomas Tuchel claimed after a 1-1 draw against Man United. Impressive performance from Ronaldo. He can still be a big help to this team if he plays like this, Ralf Rangnick said. David De Gea has 121 saves this season in the Premier League. The only season he had a better result was in 2018-19 with 122 saves. "Every time I see Rashford warming up, he is smiling. I don't like players smiling too much," Roy Keane criticized Marcus. "Messi is the best player in history. I went to the stadium just to chant his name," Xavi Simons is quoted by Canal supporters. Jurgen Klopp has won 61.4% of his matches at Liverpool. This is the highest win ratio of any manager to take charge of at least 50 games in the club's history. "Liverpool were better than us over the 90 minutes. I can't wait for the second leg. Villarreal can create danger for them," Unai Emery said. Robert Lewandowski scored more, but Benzema's goals are more important. Karim is the favorite for the Ballon d'Or, Steve McManaman admitted. Real Madrid's comeback against City is quality. It's not luck anymore, as they had a few qualifying rounds in a row like this, Jordi Cruyff said. "It's a dangerous scoreline. Now we have a break, but then we need to play the second half like we played the first half," Jurgen Klopp claimed. Tottenham and Atletico will fight for Inter striker Lautaro Martinez. It's likely that the 24-year-old Argentine will leave Inter this summer. "Laporta did not support me. It's important to defend the coach in public, but he handled it differently," Ronald Koeman complained. Manchester United have been fined €10,000 by UEFA after fans threw objects at Atletico Madrid's Diego Simeone. "Being 3-0 down or 4-0 down, it's too painful. I feel embarrassed sometimes on the pitch. It's horrible," David De Gea told the press. Abramovich demands an extra £500 million from Chelsea Peters, increasing the price to £2.5 billion. He wants £1 billion of the sum to be donated to charity. Antoine Griezmann's €40 million buyout clause will become mandatory if Atletico Madrid decides to keep the Frenchman for another season. Napoli will pay €10 million for Dinamo Batumi player Khvicha Kvaratskhelia with a €1 million per year salary. Rangnick accepted the Austrian national team offer. The appointment might be announced today. Quadruple is almost impossible. Liverpool aren't favorites in the Champions League as well as in the Premier League. The FA Cup final against Chelsea is also going to be a tough spot, Steve McManaman said. Thierry Henry spoke about Liverpool's victory over Villarreal. "I think a lucky goal helped them out. But if you're going for the quadruple, you need to have that luck. Nothing wrong with that," he said. Erling Haaland is the world's best player aged 21 or under, according to ESPN. Pedri and Foden got to the top 3. "Mbappe and I will definitely stay at Paris Saint-Germain next season. It's my feeling today, what I perceive today," Mauricio Pochettino admitted. The Premier League launches a scheme to help players of South Asian heritage. There are only 16 such players in the top 4 English leagues. "I think Mane can win the Ballon d'Or. If you are not Messi or Ronaldo, then you need to get the Champions League trophy," Jurgen Klopp admitted. Liverpool's Thiago Alcantara is Champions League Player of the Week. The 31-year-old Spaniard was ahead of Benzema and Bernardo Silva. When he left, Barcelona was 8 points away and now it's 15. "It's not Xavi to blame. His task is just as complicated as mine," Ronald Koeman claimed. Milan won't sell their prodigy Rafael Leao for less than 70 or 80 million euros. The 23-year-old winger has at least one offer from an unnamed European club. Ronaldo can play at the top level for another 4 or 5 years, which is crazy. But even if he'll start playing less, he'll still be scoring. Portuguese midfielder Adrian Silva is quoted by Goal.com. Real Madrid came out from Etihad still alive. After the first 20 minutes, we thought it was dead and buried this game, Rio Ferdinand said. Renovations at Camp Nou will begin in June. Barcelona are set to move to the Montjuic Stadium for the 2023-24 season. We are disappointed to concede 3 goals. In Madrid, City will be a bit smarter and will try to win, Fernandinho said. Real Madrid are very experienced. They hang on and you just can't shake them. So now they are back to the Bernabeu, probably thinking that they are the favorites here, Michael Owen admitted. Neymar is one of the best players in the world. There is no denying his talent. He's had ups and downs, like the whole team, PSG boss Mauricio Pochettino told the club's press service. Dembele is happy with Xavi, but he has better offers. Therefore, Barca are going to improve their bid. Here we have the results of the games that took place on Wednesday. Moving on to the main news of the episode. Let's briefly recap yesterday's games. We begin with the Europa League semi-finals, in which Leipzig defeated Rangers with a minimum score of 1-0 after wonderful Angelino's volley. In another match, we had an intense game between Eintracht and West Ham in London. Knauf and Kamada brought away victory for the Germans, as Antonio's goal wasn't enough to draw. The Conference League also had its semi-finals yesterday. Roma was pleased with a 1-1 away draw against Leicester City. Pellegrini opened the scoring in the 15th minute, and then Foxes equalized in the 67th minute after Mancini's own goal. In the second game, Feyenoord beat Marseille in a spectacular 5-goal show, 3-2. In the match of the day, Manchester United played against Chelsea at Old Trafford. The game turned out to be very entertaining and tense, and eventually ended in a draw, 1-1. Marcos Alonso scored for Chelsea, and just 2 minutes later, Ronaldo responded with yet another magnificent strike. This draw wasn't really good for Man United in the race for the Champions League spot. Jurgen Klopp has extended his contract with Liverpool. The club does not disclose the details of the deal, but previously it was reported that the new contracts with the 54-year-old German and his staff members will be valid until 2026. The manager earned reportedly £10 million a year under the previous agreement. I feel that we belong together, and this is what brought me here. Liverpool are constantly moving in the right direction. I so much love this place, the German coach said after signing the contract. Initial reports claimed that influential football agent Raiola has died. The news of the death of the 54-year-old agent was published by several sources, but later the agent's assistant and Raiola himself denied this. Current health for those interested. Furious that journalists are killing me for the second time in 4 months. I seem to be able to resurrect, the message in the agent's account says. Juventus star Paulo Dybala might continue his career in the Premier League. Manchester United's new manager, Erik ten Hag, has asked the club's board to sign the Argentine as a free agent. It's reported that Dybala's representative has already arrived in England, as Arsenal, Manchester City and Tottenham are also showing interest in the 28-year-old playmaker. Kylian Mbappe has not yet decided on his future, according to insider Fabrizio Romano, who said that in the 5 podcast. Mbappe has a Real Madrid contract in his hands. Hence, people at Real Madrid are confident and relaxed. But sources close to Kylian told me that he hasn't decided yet. PSG are offering crazy money to keep him for 1 or 2 more seasons, Romano said. Barcelona officials held talks with Robert Lewandowski's agent. The Catalan club told the Bayern striker's agent Pini Zahavi that they are ready to pay around 30 to 35 million euros. In addition, Barcelona are willing to offer Lewandowski a 2+1 contract. The club asked Zahavi to put pressure on Bayern, as Barca representatives believe this will help arrange the transfer. Lewandowski wants to leave Bayern to win the Ballon d'Or, as he is convinced that he won't get the award if he'll stay in Munich. Barcelona's board have had a meeting with Jorge Mendes' right-hand man, Hugo Valdir, Gerard Romero reports. Darwin Nunez and Joao Felix might be the 2 players they discussed during the meeting. Barca are still looking for a star forward, so not surprisingly they've been linked with both Felix and Nuniez in the past few months. And let's take into account that Barca's president, Joan Laporta, is a big fan of Joao Felix. Dear friends, make sure to check out the suggested videos from our other channels. Enjoy watching! And that was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.